Hey there, guys. We're going to get you going real quickly on how to start generating your own images, for whatever, for your marketing, whatever. And I'm going to tell you the truth. If you're going to have an AI system, you need to be able to generate photos. It's just kind of like a base thing. So we need to get you going on that. Now, there's obviously lots of softwares you can use. There's one called Automatic 1111, and that's kind of your staple, real beginning place. And a branch off of that I like to use is called SDForge, okay? Because it actually just takes a lot of different plugins from Automatic 1111, and it puts them all into the package. It's just a little bit easier to use. It runs a bit better, faster. It's just a nice software, and it's really easy to install. So what we're going to do is we're going to rock on over to our web browser here, okay? And what we want to do is do a web search for SDForge, okay? It's going to bring up this one that says from Eliasville. You click on that bad boy. Now, it's going to bring up the repository. Again, guys, don't download the repository. You do not need to really ever download a full repository unless you're changing the code. The only real reason typically to download all of this is because you're making your own version, okay, and then you're going to repackage it. Otherwise, we just want to get this stuff going so we can get to work, okay? So what we're going to do is go down here, and we're going to click on, we find this install in Forge. You're going to see there's a one-click package. Okay, so you just click that, and what that is going to do is bring up a download screen, and you're going to end up saving a file in what's called a 7Z format. Okay, now 7Z can be opened with a program called WinRAR. So if you don't already have a extraction program, just go ahead and grab WinRAR. It's been around forever. I think I was in my early 20s when this first came out. Good Lord. Anyway, so same thing, you just click there, download that, and install that, okay? What's going to then happen is you're going to go over to your file folder, okay? Let's see if we can find my file folder here, okay? And then you're going to see your file, and, we got to go to downloads here, okay? And you're going to find your file. There it is. You just right-click on it. It's going to say to extract to a place, and just choose where you want to extract it to. You put it wherever you want. It really doesn't matter at all. Okay? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go over to where you've downloaded it. Okay? Go and click on your SDForge, and you're going to see these two files. Okay? The update bat and the run.bat. First thing you want to do is click that update, and it's going to update everything that you need. And then you're going to click this run, okay? And then it's going to actually download a large image model. So it's going to take a while. I mean, like 7 gigabytes. I'm telling you, there's nothing small once you start working with images, okay? I have a 2 terabyte drive, and I have over a terabyte just eaten up with all this stuff. So it can get big, okay? So you click on that. She's going to download. Okay, and then once it's all done, it's going to do it all on its own because it's just amazing software. Once it's done, it's going to pop up, and you're going to be like this. All of a sudden, you're just going to be in your program. It's just going to bring up your browser. Now, over here is where your models are. Now, I have a bunch of different models downloaded here. You're only going to have like one, okay? So it's fine. You're going to click it, and then you're going to go over here and type something like, I don't know, a giraffe standing by the river. Okay, and I like to put down here in your negative prompts, these are the things that you don't want, so I like to put malformed, deformed, weird, ugly, just because you can get some real weird stuff. So we can click generate. created a woman standing by the river, not a giraffe. Okay, that's weird. Let's go ahead and just see if it says a giraffe. There we go. There we got our giraffe. Okay. Now over here you can see that this is set. Here's your height and width. It's set at 512. You really can't do anything with a picture that's small. You pretty much want to start around 124. Pictures like this are good for like storybooks and stuff like that if they're that small. other thing you can do is this CFG. This is how well it's going to follow your prompt, the computer generated. And also, I kind of call it a reality scale. Typically, when you put it down there, you get things that look more photorealistic. See? And if I take it up here, it actually might be more accurate, but it's going to look a little bit more cartoonish, that kind of thing. So you can play around with the settings. Different models have different stuff that they can do. Okay, so now you're going to want different models. Okay, so what you have to do is we go to the site. It's called civti.com. Okay, you go here, and this is a place that houses different photos people have created, and more importantly, it houses models that we can download. Okay, so we're going to click on the models, and it's going to bring up all these different checkpoints. Okay, so basically what that means is you get a base model, someone will release some large model, and then people will come and they'll kind of fine tune it in a certain direction. Now I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of anime, there's a lot of porn stuff that kind of pops up on here, and so just to stay from getting distracted, because you got to get stuff done. You can't just sit around doing stupid stuff all day. You click on account settings, and you can go down here and you can turn stuff off. Okay, and if you want it all, you can keep it. Okay, but once you turn that off, if you don't want to see that stuff, it'll blur it. Okay, so you go ahead and you choose a model. I like ultra realistic things, so I typically look around and I try to find ones that say, okay, what looks to be a really cool image. Oh, this is kind of interesting. This isn't quite photorealistic, but look at the colors. You can click over here. Oh wow, look at the different stuff you can create with this. So this is kind of an interesting blend between real and drawing. So now you're going to see here it says the download. This is the button you click when you're getting ready to download. Notice it's 6.46 gigabytes. These are not small. Okay, this takes up quite a bit of space. You just go ahead and click on that, and it's going to bring up a window to ask you where you want to save it. So what you need to do is go to where you have installed SDForge, and you're going to click on this here. You're going to click on Web UI. We're going to go down to Models, okay? And then we're going to look for where it says Stable Diffusion. These are our base models, okay? So this is where you want to save that. So when you're over here and you're clicking on that, download button, you want to put it into here, okay? Once that downloads, you can go back to your Stable Diffusion here, and you can click the refresh button. That's really important. You got to click that refresh button, or your model won't show up, but then it'll suddenly show up down here. So I've obviously downloaded a whole bunch of different ones. Honestly, I could get rid of most of these. I don't use most of them, but they're fun to play around with. So here I've just loaded another one just by clicking on it. It can take a little bit of while. Let's see how that one generates a giraffe. Right. Pretty much the same. Okay, so let's put it down the CFG scale. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. Let's say a beautiful airline pilot or airline stewardess, and let's say ultra realistic photo quality, 4K. Let's see if it does it. Okay, there we go. Created a beautiful woman there. So so there you go. That's how you do it. Now we've got these things called LoRa's too that you want to play with, and essentially what they do is they just add a little bit of extra to what you're working on. So let's say you click on this LoRa, it's multiple girls, okay? And so we can go in here, and what I like to think of it is like you dress up, you get your main photo, and then the LoRa is like putting a hat on. So it just kind of changes some basic stuff that's happening, but doesn't quite change everything. Anyway, so let's, on here, let's type 4 beautiful airline stewardesses. Now, it's very difficult. The reason this Laura is good because it's very difficult to get multiple people. So I'm going to also put under here, we don't want not safe for work stuff. So let's go ahead and generate that. And that Laura should pop up oh, okay, it didn't pop up 4, but it popped up 2. If we went ahead and changed the width, it'd probably have room to get more. I wonder why it's not doing. But anyway, you can see that Laura changed it. Okay, now let's see what happens if we get rid of the Laura. Oh, well, that Laura did. Yeah, I actually made it all weird here. So, see, and they all have kind of the same face. So, basically the point is that Laura's add a little bit extra, and you download them the same way. You go over here to your Civitai. You can do a search for your Lauras. Okay, and like here's a braless one. If you want to make girls, you can use this one, and it will give them nipples. Okay, so that's the kind of stuff that you're talking about, or maybe good stuff. You give them bright eyes, whatever. And now with that, what you're going to do when you're down, you're going to do the same thing as hit the download button. Whoops! What you're going to do is hit the same download button, and this time what you're going to do is download it to not the Stable Diffusion folder, but we're going to go to the Laura folder. Okay, and then you download it in there. Same thing, once it's downloaded, you rock on over back to your program. Okay, and from here, you click on Laura's, and then you just hit refresh. Okay, and then it should pop on up, and you are off to the races. Download as much stuff as you want, play with it, because that is the beauty of AI, is just all the cool stuff you can do. You know, click on different models, find out what they do, see what does what best. Wow, that's pretty wild. You can always click down here on this eye, and you can see actually how they created this. And see, they used Laura's, so you can find out the different Laura's that they used. You know, I'm not an advanced image generator. I use it mostly for my marketing because I'm a chatbot guy, right? But you can really freak out on this stuff, and you need to learn the basics of how to freak out on this stuff. So there you go, real quick rundown. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll get you up and running, and you know, it's getting later. I guess I should probably go hit the hay. So I'm going to leave you here. You have a good night, and we will catch up with you down the road.